Good evening, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and on this day in remembrance of Dr. Martin Luther King, we're going to talk about Atip Physical Therapy stock. Now, of course, I did something relating on, I believe, Friday night, dealing with the economy. Spoke about socialism as well as communism. I think you should check that video out. At the end, it kind of cut off. I don't know what was occurring with my computer. I got 3 computers, and I guess all of them are falling apart. But nonetheless, we'll get into the stock, which I think you guys may want to be interested in this particular stock. But as I told you guys before, when I have my red light on, it almost looks pink, right? But it's red, that I don't recommend this stock. But that doesn't mean it's not a good investment simply because I don't recommend it. Because I'm giving you my personal recommendation of my own portfolio. Why, if I were to buy Atip Physical Therapy stock, I would buy it in options, right? And if I get it at a low price, if I make some cash, whether it be a call option or a put option, then I may even execute the option to get the shares because you'll be getting it at a very discounted rate. And we'll get into the stock review, right? We'll get into the stock review because I know a lot of you are going to look at the stock price and you're going to be licking your lips, right? You're going to be chomping your chomps like, oh man, I want to get on in this. This stock is under $4 per share. So automatically you're like, oh man, this is a stock I can really get into and invest a large sum of money in. I do not recommend that. But I will tell you, whether it be option trading or swing trading, how you can make some cash here. Because the company is making a lot of moves that I think will eventually pay off. So right off the back here, in the past year, this stock has been down 66.35%. In the past 3 months, it's been up 8.17. The past month, 16.3. The past week, almost 26%. And then in the pre-market, in the aftermarkets here, we're looking around 25%. Now, as we look at the timeline here, we see the trajectory. I'm going to show you that this stock came out in October 2nd, 2020. And then in the last year, we see how this started off essentially. Around $11.30. It peaked at $12.88. Then it started to flatline and move laterally, but slowly declining. Now, let me tell you what's significant about July. July is a very significant date in this stock because July is the month that the CEO simply announced privately in some of the financial meetings that he was stepping down. So automatically, people who are quote unquote inside traders or work for the corporation, they started to sell their stocks, right? And so when he said that he was leaving and stepping down, then you see the tank, essentially the stock tank early July. So he leaves early August. He announced it in July and left in August. And ever since, this stock has been doing horribly bad, okay? Now, for you guys who are not familiar with Atip, it is Atip Physical Therapy. It provides physical therapy services. And a lot of you may be familiar with this one. It's headquartered out of Illinois, Chicago, and founded in 1996. The 52-week low was $2.66, and the 52-week high was $13.05. Now, I wish I would have been looking at this stock a lot earlier, family, so I can get in under $3 per share, because think about it. Right now, the stock is at $3.84. If we would have bought it under $3 or even at $2.84, we would have been making $1 off our investment. And so a stock so low, I might go ahead and buy 100 shares of it, right? You instantaneously make $100 off 100 shares. And then at its peak around here, $3.84, $4, you sell it, and then you times 10 that thing, and that's more money that you have earned. It's basically simple math. But again, this is one of those stocks you have to watch, right? Good evening, Jermaine Anderson. Now, another stock that they're saying that's within the same portfolio is Sophie Technology, which is not, but Sophie is also another stock that you guys should look at. I did a review on that one as well. Okay. Let's move on though. So we come over here to Yahoo, and their performance outlook shows that for the next 2 weeks, 9 months, that this stock is expected to rise and then move laterally. Okay. And if you notice to the left here, Atip adds healthcare executive Teresa Sparks to board of directors. Then we come down a little bit more. Here's some good news. Atip expands Michigan presence with acquisition of Excel Ration Physical Therapy. So they bought another physical therapy corporation, which is great because they are increasing their market share. And that's what big business tries to do. It's called cornering the market, right? Cornering the market where you're covering so much market share that people just have to go to, right? It's kind of like Walmart or Target. They corner the market so well, you have to go to one of them. Now, it's like Home Depot and Lowe's. They corner the market. See, if you notice, there's really only two comparisons of large corporations in business. You know, you got Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, Target. I think Amazon is in a league of their own, quite frankly, right? But nonetheless, you only have one competitor. And a lot of times they sit within the same mini mall, shopping center, or across the street from one another. So it's really not even competition. Then it's a matter of preference, right? So again, they're increasing their market share. Atip Physical Therapy reports third quarter results. We looked at them. Then we come down to here. Atip Therapy expands to growing Houston market with acquisition of Hope Rehab in Katy, Texas. Again, increasing their market share. Okay. What else here? I think we read all the most important news, right? Let's move along. CNN Business states the low forecasted amount is $3.50, and currently they're sitting at $3.84. The median, a rise of 33% at $5, and a high, a rise of 59.6%, roughly 60% at $6. So you can essentially make what, $2 and 18 cents off this particular stock. And again, red, you see the color in the back. I do not recommend this stock, family, but that doesn't mean you can't make any money. Now, a lot of the projections are stating that they're going to do well here in the next couple of months or so. So you can go in and put you in a call option. I will put them in a long call option, anywhere from at least a month to 3 months out, if that's one of the things available. I won't do a week option because I know a lot of people like to get into your options, get out your options, make your money, boom, you're out. I get that. But if you really want to make some good cash with this particular stock, then I would advise a long-term option because of the volatility here and the risk. There's a lot of shakeup in this particular company, right? They hire a new person on the board of directors, and then in August, the CEO stepped down. That's not good for business, right? And you can see a significant drop here when the CEO announced that he was stepping down, and then it never recovered. Investors don't like when CEOs and CFOs step down, right? Because essentially you have to reshuffle, mix and master the business, because it's kind of like Warren Buffett. I forgot the lady's name that he is essentially massaging into his position at Berkshire and Hathaway. And the reason why I say that, because he makes sure that she's always being public as his replacement, and that she is under his direct tutelage, right? Learning all the things that he knows, because he knows when he steps down, if the investors are not satisfied with the person that they groom for that position, that company will do ultimately bad. And now he's an elderly man, so he's not thinking about himself per se. He's thinking about his friends, and he's thinking about majority his family, leaving that generational wealth, but leaving in good hands to take care of the business. So anytime a CEO steps down and the company is already doing bad, I want you to see this one more time, family. Here, the company dropped down under $10, right? We're going 9, 10, we're going back and forth. Then it started to drop down in June. It started doing even worse. All of a sudden in July, the CEO said, I'm stepping down. Early August, he stepped down, and look at the stock. It has never returned. So these are some of the things that you, ladies and gentlemen, have to think about when you're looking at stocks. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat. But again, when I show you this like back here when I'm giving stock reviews, it's going to either be green or red. And that almost looks like a fuchsia pink. But anyway, it's red. And that doesn't mean that it's a bad stock for you to invest in. It just means that I'm not going to invest in it. I don't recommend it, because I may even go back and look at a midterm option or a swing trade. But there's nothing pulling at my strings in order to invest in this stock. Okay. Let me move a little bit here. Let me see. Let me show you some more information. So, as we was talking about this earlier, Physical Therapy CEO steps down August 9th, right? That's when that came out. So, I mean, there's a lot of things occurring in this company, family. Anytime you got a lot of movement in a company, investors get scarce. Anytime you have a lot of movement in a company, especially at the top, company and those stakeholders, those investors get scarce. They saw to pull their money out, right? And then anytime they saw pulling their money out, that particular organization, corporation, lose a lot of value, not only just in the investment market, but a lot of backing from those investors who were essentially providing cash in order to grow the business. Now, I'm going over to Zacks here, and Zacks has it at a 2 for buy. But I want you to look at the style scores down here. We got D, value, F for growth, D for momentum, and a total VGM score of an F, right? And I don't know what Zacks be doing sometimes, because sometimes I will have to predict it looking at long-term to buy or short-term to buy. Who knows what Zacks is doing, right? But that's it, family. And I also wanted to show you guys, because I want to make sure I give a full review of this stock here. I want to give a full review of this stock. And I want to break down and look at some of these partners that you guys may not be familiar with, all right? I'm not either. These are the partners of the Physical Therapy brand. A lot of soccer clubs, FC Milwaukee Nationals, nobody we really know, family. A lot of sports, right? Because this is a physical therapy organization. So a lot of their partners are schools, right? High schools, colleges, you name it. That's a lot. So they have a lot of partners. I don't think, now let me just say this. Atip is not going anywhere for a very long time as an organization. I see those things everywhere. I know you've seen, you probably like, yeah, I have seen where it was, Atip and it was like red and black. I know you guys seen it. But with that being said, let's go into some financial news real quick. It's a Monday night. No one really had, work today. So let's go into this very quickly. So Omicron surges show signs of easing in states hit early by the fast spreading variant. U.S. stock futures are a little change ahead of more earnings report. Okay. Major U.S. airline CEOs warn 5G could ground some planes and wreak havoc. The news is directly related. To me, almost every story, not every story, but a lot of the stories are related to the economy. And I think that's why you guys should really go check out my economy video I did on Friday. But Now they talking about 5G phones and 5G signals could ground some planes, right? So, I mean, where's our technology at, right? We could fly to the moon and fly to Mars and building the economy, or what they call it, capsule, I forgot what they call it, but they're trying to, colonize Mars, and 5G signals are landing planes. Anyway, it's crazy. Goldman Sachs says China EV market, let me blow this up, right? Oh, Chinese EV market is booming and named 7 stocks to cash in on. Okay, this is at CNBC. We're just reading the headlines, family. Earnings season is the next big test for the markets and value stocks in the week ahead. Look at this. Walmart is quietly preparing to enter the metaverse. Now, I don't invest in Walmart, but Walmart is a great investment. Walmart is not going anywhere, family. The many scandals, the protests, the walkouts that Walmart has, they're slowly replacing their workforce with robots. See, what's going to essentially happen if you don't code and if you don't do machine learning or robotics, engineering, AI, if you don't do none of those, family, your kids are not going to have a job. If they don't do some of these things like, I want to be a lawyer. Late nights, early mornings. No, these 9 to 5 jobs here being engineers, the only thing you'll be doing is working on the equipment, making about the same amount you would as a successful lawyer. Walmart, and I already know they have them, they have computer engineers because they have autonomous, forgot what they call them, but they're robots that fill the lanes with stock when you guys leave. I saw it before. So when we look at this, Walmart is now quietly preparing to enter the metaverse. So who will they be competing with? Oh, Facebook. Now, if you guys are not aware, companies like Amazon consider themselves a tech company, right? AWS, they got all these other contracts and partnerships, but people who are not familiar with technology, they will automatically say that, oh, that's an e-commerce. They just sell stuff. No. I used to work for them. They have thousands of computer engineers and code writers, right? Who support, you know how many Fortune 500 businesses have contracts with AWS Cloud? It's astronomical the amount of money that Amazon pulls in. So Walmart has been competing with Amazon and Best Buy. So Walmart said, you know what? How are we going to compete? How are we going to compete in this new age of technology where everybody is doing things virtually, right? We're talking about baby boomers are now working virtually. They never was really good with computers, but now they know computers and they know all the PowerPoint and Excel and Google Sheets and Google Word and this, that, and the other. They know just as many programs as you know, right? And they know how to turn on the computer, turn on the webcam, and attend the meeting. They know how to do these things, right? So everybody's working virtually. So if you don't know already, people like Walmart, oh my God, you're going to be online in their metaverse. And eventually, family, and this is going to happen before we all dead and gone, that eventually the metaverse for Facebook, the metaverse for Walmart, and any other metaverses like Roblox that's out there, guess what's going to happen? They will eventually have to link up their systems to make this entire universe that you wouldn't even know which one you're in. I think that will partnership, right? They will partnership. But anyway, when you go into the metaverse and Walmart, what you think you're going to be doing? Right? Because in the metaverse, you're going to have your own home. Right. You're going to have your own home, your own car. So you're going to buy things from Walmart in the Walmart metaverse. I can't make this stuff up, family. I can't. Wow. Here's some good story here. Hedge fund manager says ARK ETF stocks are a potential time bomb. Ralph Lauren CEO says metaverse is way to tap into younger generations of shoppers. Wait a minute, hold on. Ralph Lauren, CEO of the company, not himself, says metaverse is a way to tap into generation of young shoppers. What I tell you, family, this is right in your face. Good evening, Wendell. Let's see here. China says country must abandon Cold War mentality, warns against confrontation. Goldman Sachs has a bunch of new buy rated stocks, blah, blah, blah. 4 important reasons why your budget isn't as successful as you thought it would be. That brings on a quick sidebar conversation, family. Now, put this in the chat for me. You guys started off January 1st, 17 days ago, with a financial plan, right? Most people, New Year's resolution, I want to save more, invest more, do more, be better. I want to lose weight, gain weight, more muscles, more tone, be firm, whatever, right? I want to travel more. I want to love my family more. We have all these great plans that we're going to do. Now, if you guys can reveal to me here, did you break your New Year's resolution yet when it comes to your finances? Are you still on the same trajectory that you started of saving? Did you modify your budget? Did you comb through your finances to see where you were splurging at, where you were over extending your budget, right, to meet some of your wants and not your needs, right? And you thought, oh, this time it'll be okay. I don't need to be disciplined about this, right? Because I tell you, so my wife and I, we're about to go out of the country here in next couple of weeks. It's a long flight, right? Going down south where it's warm and people look like us at. We're excited, right? But nonetheless, we have not broken our New Year's resolution as far as buying things that are not that's not a necessity for our vacation. Other than that, we haven't been buying anything, because you can ask my wife. Every day it look like something, packages are coming in the mail, and she's like, I know that's yours. But nonetheless, you have to be very disciplined how you go about your budget, your expenses, and the goals that you have therein. Now, I was talking to a buddy, I believe it was Friday, I think it was Saturday night. He came over and he told me that he's never been out the country. And my boy, I think he's over the age of 33, 34, 35. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, wow, he's never been out the country. I said, well, you've been to Mexico, right? He said, no. Think about that for a minute, family. I always been encouraging you guys to travel, right? Because when you see people in this country and you visit their country and you see them in their natural habitat, your stereotypes instantaneously drop. Like you just, oh, wow, okay, they're not all like that, right? Because sometimes we can be feeble-minded. We may say, well, all of them can't be like that, right? Because that's what you want to believe. But if every sign of that particular person and people in this country act a certain way and is a certain way, then you're going to think all of them are like that. So traveling is very important for experience of people, experience of culture, how other governments and economies are ran, and the culture and the mindsets of the people. Is very important, because you start to accept people and you start to understand their mindset and mind frame and how they go about things, because just as well as our culture and the way we were brought up really dictates the way it has a certain pattern that we go along because of the way we were raised, right? So when you hear some people say certain things from different cultures and different races, sometimes it's hard for us to understand because we don't have their same experience and upbringing. But when you travel, you understand so much about people, and then the lies that people may tell you about their own people, for or against, those things are starting to be revealed, right? I remember when I went to Brazil last year and I saw the majority of people of my complexion homeless. I didn't see anyone that we call quote unquote white skin homeless. Every single person was about medium brown skin tone and darker who were homeless. No one of the lighter skin tone in Brazil that I saw that was homeless. And I was in Rio de Janeiro. Okay. So that could have been different from the other cities, but from what I saw, all of them were homeless. I didn't see any light skinned people homeless. And then when I talked to a Black American ex professional football player who moved there and lives there, he told me it's not racism, it's not colorism, it's classism. Family, some of us are just so damn asleep. I can't. He really thought it was about classism because he said it doesn't matter where you go into. If you got money, then you get the greatest service. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? The people of this country who look like you and I are living on the streets while the rest of the people of a lighter skin tone have all the great jobs and living a great life. You came over here as an ex-football player with millions of dollars. So of course they're going to treat you like gold. They know you're the only Black dude in the area with money. Anyway, fam, but I don't want to get off. That's a whole nother video about some coon stuff. I tell you, man. Let's see here. I'm almost done here. Peloton is about to tack on hundreds of dollars in fees to his bike and treadmill, citing inflation. You know what was funny? I never really liked Peloton stock. Hopefully you guys don't go back and find me contradicting myself. But I mean, I never really was on board with the whole Peloton stock, let alone the product. We thought about it. Like, oh, you got to buy the bike that's, $2,000 plus. And then you have to be on a subscription service. Like, ho. I don't get no pre-planned programs already inside at almost $3,000. No, sir. That's just the bike. Oh, okay. No, we're good. If I buy a cardio machine, is pretty much going to be from Bowflex. I have a little small Bowflex gym that I put into the 4th bedroom. It's going to be Bowflex. I'm not doing all this monthly subscription stuff, right? Morgan Stanley thinks time spent in cars will jump by 25% by 2030, and these stocks will benefit. They're talking about some stocks will benefit. They're talking about people going to be in their cars 25% more. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody. Right? There's a lot of news out here, family. I'm just going through it real quick. Let's look at over here at Google. 10 simple ways to upgrade your finance function in 2022. Earnings session for Goldman Sachs. The old finance secretary helped advise the new one. What? These, okay. All right. I think that's all I have for you guys. If you guys came at the end, you missed some great information here. But nonetheless, family, hopefully you guys have still been disciplined with your New Year's resolution when it comes to your finance. I be on Clubhouse and I crack up at people on there. I'm not gonna lie, because you'll get into you'll get inside of some of these Clubhouse rooms and they'll be like, but see, money isn't everything. How feeble-minded are we, family? We know that money isn't everything, but it's definitely over 90% of the things. See, here we are not thinking how money is connected to everything. So when you say money isn't everything, but it's connected to everything, somebody said, well, what do you mean? Well, it took money for me to be born. I was born in a hospital. unless you had a wet nurse and you was born at home. But that costs money, right, for me to be born, right? And here we are on an application on a cell phone. Somebody had to make the cell phone, that cost money. You had to pay money, right? And then somebody had to build the platform for the application that you're on. That was money. Money is tied to everything. Money is tied to everything. If your boy or one of your ladies call you late at night and they have a flat tire, right, and they don't have a spare, or they need a shoulder to cry on, they need someone to have a beer with, you're going to drive the car that you bought, okay, with on the roads that your taxes paid for with the gas that you bought. And I told my son this, everything is connected to money. So people keep saying money isn't everything. It's real close. It's around 99%. Right? When you're thinking about it. Every time you think about something to do, right? Think about this, family. You think about something to do, or you're going on a date, and you're like, well, I don't want to spend a lot of money. But you're already spending money because money is attached to everything. Okay. It's a part of everything. If you're driving your car or taking the bus or Uber, you're paying for it. Right. Because some guys like, oh, I just met her, so I'm going to do a walk in the park. Well, is a park near your house? I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, are you walking to the park or are you driving to the park? So either way, you're going to spend money. So essentially, money is connected to everything. So if you guys are not budgeting and setting aside, money for your emergency fund, right? We're still looking at that 3 to 6 months. And in this day and age, with the different variants metamorphosizing every month or so, you might want to even look at 9 months of saving for emergency fund, right? Then, of course, you're still increasing your skill set, making yourself more profitable, right? Whether it be you want to work for another business or be promoted in the business you are, or create your own business, still make yourself valuable, still take courses. My wife and I, we do this all the time. We don't want to do it, but we continue to make ourselves very, very marketable and informed, right? Because information changes every day. So yeah, we get into our routine, okay, babe, we're going to just watch TV and we'll get in that. And then sometimes I know, especially my wife, she get into her mode where she want to read her book, and I have a set place and time where I read my book, and I call it the throne room. I know a bunch of you guys will get that. That's where I read my book at. But when it comes to courses, things like that, I do them out the day. So with that being said, family, hopefully I informed you enough about Atip Physical Therapy stock, and that if you're looking to make some money, I would definitely, look at swing trades, whether they be long call option or maybe some short puts. But you should definitely look into that. I mean, it is a stock under $4 right now. It's listed at $3.84, and so this is a good stock that you guys can definitely look at tonight and tomorrow. Okay, so again, I'll see you guys on Wednesday with your other stock review. You guys have a great and wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Learn money and be inspired. I'm out.